Yeah, all right. Okay.
Oh, hello.
We're live.
It is 9 in the morning.
It is 9 a.m.
that's the proper clap for 9 a.m. because it's the rolling like, okay, yep, we got to start clapping now. Yep.
Oh man, yesterday was a long day. I'd say it was just a long week. It was a long week, but we're here. It's FakeCast 9 a.m. Saturday morning. I think this is episode 3 of us doing it with this new rollout here. This is funny because there's a lot of people on the internet now. Here, I'm gonna be petty. There's a couple of people on the internet now who've recently rebooked their shows to be 9 a.m. and they aren't able to do it, but we are.
Ooh.
We're doing it.
Whoa, buddy. Okay, hold on,
buddy.
Whoa, buddy.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, that's right.
I need me a triangle.
We are doing our 9 a.m. show. It might have just rolled out of bed to get here, but we're here.
We're here.
All right, Tom, we got some topics we're going to talk about today. Firstly, I gotta see, where's my list? Because we got some good stuff. We're going to talk Punisher: One Last Kill. We've got the Obsession movie. I'm going to talk through. Wow. We got to talk about Obsession. It'd take me a little while to get my thoughts in order for that. We're going to talk The Boys, unfortunately, but thankfully, this is the second to last time we'll ever have to talk about this pile of crap show. We're going to talk Mandalorian and Grogu, and then you have something special we're going to do towards the end there.
Yes,
bit of an investigative job you've been doing.
Minor investigative job and a mixture of a little game for chat. It's a special wizard presentation that I have ready for us when we get to it. But that's going to come later. We'll get into that. But we got a lot of content to talk about.
Yeah, we do, man.
I would say, fortunately, not much on the great content side, but you have a lot of thoughts on Obsession, and they are majority positive. So that's where thankfully it's not another week of hey, everything is just garbo slop
everything
content.
Is poo.
Yeah,
it's all poo all the time.
It's like, oops, it was a poop week. Now you got to talk about all the poop. I'm thankful. Next week we have the Mandalorian Grogu, which is going to be it's going to be poop. But we as we were discussing on Wednesday, it'll be the same time that the new Lego Batman game comes out. So at least there'll be all right, Mandalorian Grogu is bad, but at least we have this thing that's good. So there should be a little bit of a balance. Unless that turns out to be poop too. I don't think it will be, but I hope not.
I think they learned their lesson after the Skywalker saga, but we'll definitely cover that when we get to it.
Yes.
But you know what, Tom? Why don't we just get right into we got the first main thing we got to talk through. Go ahead and take us. Let's get back to the news. All right. Punisher, One Last Kill. Okay, so you and I have seen it. I've talked about it on Culture Crossfire. You've done a review for it over on Fake Wizards. We haven't talked about this together on stream, but I'm still annoyed that this exists in the state that it does.
Yes.
Now, I posted on Twitter about it, as we were watching it, and as soon as we finished watching it, and I got some people who were being real, I would say, nasty Nellies with me for my criticism. It's that thing of when somebody says, "Hey, here's topic A," and I'm very passionate about topic A, and then some assholes on Twitter are going to go, "Well, wait a minute, you are being very offensive to topic E. Okay, you are being very offensive to topic E because of your criticisms of topic A. And if you don't rectify that you feel passionately about topic E, then we're gonna have to call for you to be canceled.
Then we're gonna kill you.
Yeah, we're gonna kill you.
We're gonna kill you.
So there was a one creator, and then he took his post down like a freaking coward. There was one creator who tried that on me, but he's a shill and he wants to be part of the Inside Machine. And I thought we were cool. Turns out we're not. He was just he saw my post and was like, "I'm going to try to cancel you," and then he failed because he took it down. But anyway, I say all of that to cue up that this it's not a movie, it's not a show, it's a special. It's a 44-minute special about the Punisher. Once again becoming the Punisher because he quit being the Punisher the last time we saw him.
Yes. It's the exact... Well, no, actually, the last time we saw him, he didn't quit being the Punisher. The last time we saw him, he was the Punisher.
Yeah.
And this is one of those... you have your motto of create, innovate, inspire, cancel Disney Plus. Mine is it didn't need to be bad because of how often I'm saying it didn't need to be bad. And granted, this one isn't bad. This one actually isn't bad. It's okay. I said it in the review. I said it when we watched it. It is very fan film-esque, and I stick by it. I really do feel like this is new guy getting into film who really wanted to do something Punisher-esque, but instead of actually doing something new, they just did, oh, well, I'm going to do the elements of what we've already seen before in a different style and format, and maybe it'll be good now because the other stuff was good, and it's not. It's not really that good, which is unfortunate to say. I think this easily could have been an 8. I think it could have gotten to a 9. I think this could have been really good if it gave it the time. Something I brought up on the review, but I didn't really flesh out and talk about, which I'm happy we could do now, is the whole cut down for time aspect to it. This was 44 minutes. Last thing that I found was saying it was 60 minutes. It was supposed to be 60 minutes, and then, it was supposed to be a movie, then it got cut down to a special 60 minutes, 44 minutes. I have a feeling the way that this is shot, and the more that I think about it, but while I was writing the review, I went back and I watched specific scenes. I think this was shot to be an hour and a half, and they cut it down to 44 minutes. Because
the pacing is so garbage that I'm inclined to believe you.
The pacing is really, really bad, where I'm like, this feels off. I'm pretty sure this was supposed to start with him taking out the Nucci family. I feel like that was the intention, was we were actually supposed to get proper scenes of him taking them out, and then Ma Nucci has you butchered them, when she shows up. Because it would make more sense thematically of it's like, okay, he takes out the crime family, and then that's what leads him into his spiral instead of just starting off on, oh, he's on a spiral. Plus then you would have had more Punisher action of him being the Punisher, and then that's the catalyst for him now, like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing anymore, I'm spiraling. It's elements like that. I feel like that's where they were going for. Also, the way that it was kind of set up where, Ma Nucci had the one guy with him, that seemed like it was a setup of like, oh, they're going to fight later. And then that never happens. There's so many pieces of this short that it's like, I feel like this was a setup that we were supposed to see finish in this. And it's not going to, because it was 44 minutes. It was cut down for time.
There is, okay. This open, and we're going to talk spoilers. It's out there. You could watch it, although it's a Disney Plus thing, so I don't endorse that. But we have to talk the breakdown of this because it's kind of ridiculous. So it opens up. The last time we saw him, he was on mission, and for this, they have robbed us of getting to see that mission play out. So now the mission is over. He thinks he's killed everybody that was responsible for the death of his family. And, now he's having a PTSD breakdown where he's seeing the soldiers he fought at war with, and he's seeing his family, and he's self-medicating and taking pills, and then drinking alcohol and vomiting and crying, and look, it's intense, but it doesn't take enough time to cue these things up, and it also doesn't take enough time to actually let these things mean anything. I was a little annoyed when we had a full like 2 or 3 minutes of him seeing his family again, because we've seen those scenes. They were shot better in the past, and now it just doesn't hit as hard here because it's also different actors and different actresses. Yes. So his family's all been recast from the Netflix show. It's all different people. We know like his daughter in this is actually John Barenthal's real life daughter, who took that spot
in this one.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So that's his. So when he's seeing the little girl, that's his daughter. In the like the ghosts that he's seeing, fun. Right? Yeah, that's fun, but that was it took me out of it because I remember with the Punisher show and Daredevil, like when it showed you those flashbacks, they were meaningful. And they took the time to make you feel for him. In this, they're going somehow so slow and yet so fast because the pacing is ridiculous that it doesn't give you the chance to do that. It was like we were laughing. Like we were laughing at these scenes. You're not supposed to laugh. You're supposed to be like, "Oh no." And also there's the whole like veteran aspect of it, which it's supposed to be like, oh well, this is veteran PTSD. That's a crutch. That's you're using some real stuff as a means of a shield for criticism against your crappy show.
Yes.
So I hate that, and I hate that they're going to get away with it, and I'm going to catch grief for pointing it out that you're using actual legitimate veteran PTSD issues, mental health problems that are very real and not taken care of enough in this country, and you get to use it in this show improperly to the detriment of these people who do need help, and the Punisher. You're to the detriment of the Punisher. So I don't like that.
I think the way the scene of him spiraling is edited is so quick, it's kind of hard to take seriously. And one thing, this is a weird special, especially for John Bernthal as a Punisher, because we kind of see him as a meme now because of how many edits are of him doing the like. It's unfortunate, but part of that does play a factor in here. I don't know if you saw it, but I sent you. Someone had clipped all of the scream moments of him in this, and you watch it back and it's like, this is kind of goofy. Like, and unfortunately, that is something that happens. I would also say the way that everything else in this, John Bernthal is the best actor in this special. Everyone else in it is not good. Everyone else in it is like comically exaggerated, not good, where it kind of takes you out because it's like this. Here is like he's giving it like his A game performance, and then everyone else is like mustache twirly, either evil or like just crazy. Yeah. Like in the context of the scene, it is cool. It's cool, but like watching it out of it, it's just.
Wait. I gotta turn it up. Let me play this again because you got the sound coming through, right?
Yeah, I have it. Yeah. Okay, he would have been dead after that. He would have.
He would have very much been dead
He
if
would
he
have
didn't
been-
have plot armor.
Yeah, no, he would have been dead after that. But in the fight scenes, like the other people that are in like, there's the shot of him walking through Little Sicily after he gets his coffee, and within the span of like 3 seconds, we see a crazy guy like screaming and hollering. A knockout game like scene happen behind him, just rampant crime and thing. It's like, it's too like it feels like, hey, here's this extremely serious, emotional moment of him spiraling, and now here's like the wacky world of a cartoon crime alley behind him. I feel like it was just super disjointed. It didn't. And when you have stuff like that where it's not really, it doesn't match up. You have this like really tense moment, and then everything else is like very weirdly presented. I feel like it's just another example of it not doing its job of like actually honoring this stuff. I think there's a way that there could have been like a middle ground, but I don't think it reached it. I don't think it reached it. It didn't hit me.
I want to talk about these moments right here.
Yeah.
Okay. So throughout the show, he's talking with the ghosts of his I guess soldiers that he served with, right? They don't do this guy shows up, and it feels like it means this guy shows up twice. There's like 2 specific scenes he shows up in. This guy's a ghost, not a real ghost, but like this, he's seeing this in his head. Nothing happens with this. That we don't get any closure with this. There is no closure for this at all. Just as a story's point, they show up in the beginning, and then there's one moment on the street where where the ghost is egging him on, and then crickets. Nothing else for that. So that's unresolved. And then we move forward into the rest of the show, and he's, not the Punisher. He's on the verge of maybe ceasing to exist here by choice on planet Earth, which bullshit. There's people all over the internet saying that, oh my gosh, well, this is what real like veteran PTSD looks like. Hang on a second. Firstly, that's terrible. Secondly, the fact that you're using that as a means to validate this character willing to, take his own life is also terrible. Thirdly, this is the Punisher. So we're supposed to be dealing with a fictional character who faces all that stuff and does, kind of deal with it. But then we've already kind of dealt with this in the Netflix show, right? In the Netflix show, the whole point of the Netflix show is, what is there left to live for? Like after I've taken everybody out, and he finds it in like friends and found family that there's a reason to still do the punishing. Because you have all these people that you're looking out for, that you're taking care of. Like there's still a reason to fight the evils of the world, right? That's the Punisher the Punisher is not the kind of guy who, and I even looked this up, and maybe I didn't look it up enough, but like the Punisher doesn't put a gun upon himself like he does in this special, right? That's not something that the Punisher really does in the comics. It's the Punisher's. It's almost like a Batman gone too far of the job's going to take me out. Like I'm going to die on the job. And that's it. Like that's the kind of overcoming that angle of it. But look, I'm just a fake wizard, and clearly we're not allowed to have these criticisms of something like this, which is absolutely aggravating. Aggravating.
I see. I think we are able to have it though, specifically because this has been done before, and it was done to a better and more honorable degree. Like you had those moments in Daredevil season 2. You had them in the Punisher series, and they were treated with the respect and reverence they deserved. I feel like this was shoehorned in. Like I there's very little about this special that I'm like, oh yeah, this needed to be made.
Also, can we talk about the end? Because this is so. Look, this is yes. He's not the Punisher. Then Manucci shows up and she says, we're sending all of the goons to come and kill you." And then it's a very good fight. It's
Yes.
a lot. It's good fighting. I would say the action is really awesome in this. They really went above and beyond with the action. But again, it's short, and it's just too short. 44 minutes for this was just way too short. It's not enough time. The character deserves more time. The audience deserves more time. Disney Plus subscribers deserve more time than this. If you could give us 8 weeks of absolute abysmal garbage in Daredevil Born Again, but you can't give us more than 44 minutes on the Punisher. And I say 44 minutes. It's very specific because it is 44 minutes and then credits.
Yeah.
So this is way too short. Of which Punisher is not wearing this outfit until the end, where he has now decided he's going to go become the Punisher again. And the first thing he does is to kill a guy who he hasn't seen do any punishing, or he hasn't seen do any crime.
The guy, was said to him like, "Oh, he didn't say like he killed my dog, but he implied it's like he's done more than that." And it's like, oh, and then we don't see him we see him shoot him. I don't know. This was just it's storytelling edging. It's setting up for. Did you need to know why the Punisher is the Punisher in Spider-Man? Here you go. This is it. This is for you.
Yeah.
Now seal clap at the screen.
It's like a far cry for what it should have been, but it's something that you and I say often, and we've talked about it. It's an adaptation of an adaptation, like of an adaptation at this point. Yeah. So you've got the Punisher comic, which was then adapted into the Netflix show, which was then adapted into the Disney Plus character. So that's 3 adaptations, 3 levels of adapting this. And at this point, it's not what it was originally at all. It's we're dealing with a Ship of Theseus kind of problem.
It is a mimicry of a mimicry. It is I know John Bernthal had a very large stake in working on this. This was he only agreed to come back to do Born Again because he was going to be able to do this. And that's where the whole thing came through of like, well, how long is it supposed to be? Wasn't this supposed to be a movie? How, all of that stuff. It should have been an 8. It should have been an 8. This should have been really
review rating.
No. Like this. There's no reason why this shouldn't have been awesome. This should have been like an 8 out of 10 easily, and it's not. It's just not.
Unfortunately, it's just not.
It's
just not.
And the also the other thing of like when he has the fight scene and all of like it's like I hired all of the crazy people to come after you, and they're all wearing like hoodies and biker helmets, and it just looks off. Here's the Punisher who's supposed to be like taking out like people on his level of like special forces, and it's just like a bunch of street thugs with like there's one scene where a pipe bomb gets thrown, and I said, oh my gosh, does that guy have a stick of dynamite? Like, it was a pipe bomb, but it's that level of like, I'm waiting for someone to pull out a sword here. It's whatever props they had lying around.
Can we also talk about this is supposed to be New York, and in the streets outside of where he lives is nothing but constant violent crime. And I just think that that's kind of funny. It's supposed to represent that the Punisher is not doing the punishing, and so now like crime is rampant. But what it's really showing is that Mom Donnie's New York has gone to shit.
Mom Donnie's New York.
Mom
Look at
Donnie's
it.
New York.
It's so bad, even the Punisher won't touch it.
I mean, yeah, you can see in these shots here, if I just roll it back and I hit play, right? Look, they got a cop car burning. You got all these crime, violence. Yeah, and like that's throughout the whole special. It's just New York is a cesspool here. Wherever he's living, don't go there.
It doesn't make sense when this even takes place, because you'd think that it's like, oh, now that I thought this was going to be post Daredevil, where it's like, oh, Fisk is gone, and now the AVTF is gone, and now there's a power dynamic where no one's here. No, it was a crime family was gone. So what now? All I don't understand. How does a crime family being gone equate to being more like homeless, crazy people on the streets? Because that's how it's kind of phrased in this. That's how it's showcased. It's that it's like, oh, things are bad, so like you got the crazy guy getting into people's faces in the storefront, and it's like, okay, if you've been to New York, yeah, that does happen. But like as we talked about, it's like they don't understand the ratios of crazy people in New York, because they're usually territorial. If another crazy person sees another crazy person, they will like kaiju battle fight each other over the territory. Because it's like, no, this is where I am crazy at. Fun fact: if you are in New York and you have someone who's there's something wrong with them, and they're trying to get a rise out of you, they're trying to get money out of you, and they're being like really aggressive, just act crazier, and usually that will scare them off. I'm being serious. It's because it's funny. I've seen it happen in real time. It resets them back to a normal level where they're like, oh my gosh, that guy's crazy. Even though they were just like, they were like complete, like, so if a guy like walks onto the subway car and he's got like a makeshift trash bow and arrow,
which
and
we have seen this.
We have seen, and
we have seen this, the trash bow and arrow.
It is. It's so funny. I love the idea of the subway homeless Robin Hood with his trash bow and arrow. But if he starts getting in your face and you start getting crazier, they will reset to a level of like, oh my god, that guy's crazy. I got to get out of here. Like it completely short circuits where they're like, what? I don't know what's going on.
I didn't get the job at Fruit Loops.
Eat from me, drink from me.
I wish you could play that, because that would sum up just how crazy New York is. Because this, like, unfortunately, we see this now in like people make shorts, people like stage shorts. But no, a lot of this stuff is actually real.
It's real, but it is. The big thing though is that with New York, it's isolated where it like. Because the city is so big, you have it where it will. Yeah,
we might get copyright claimed.
You may have to mute it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have some bad news. I did not get the job at Fruit Loops. My body is now your communion. Please eat from me. Eat from me. Drink from me. Drink from me. Drink from me. Drink from
me. This okay. Like, obviously this is an exaggeration, but levels of chaos like this are real for New York.
Will just happen too. It will be out of the blue. You'll be sitting there and some guy just comes in and starts screaming and trying to fight people, and you're just like, okay, well, I might die.
Like, it's yes. Yeah, this stuff is real.
Another wonderful, beautiful day in New York City.
So anyway, that leads to the Punisher killing all of these people.
Oh my god. Well, no, okay, but that's where it's you know, he's going after for crime people. So the portrayal of there just being like random, like, whoa, I'm so crazy, is just like, okay, a crime family guy was removed, so there would be like, sure, there'd be like violence in the streets, but to the level that they're at is just so it's so cartoonish that when you have these moments of him putting a nerf or nothing blaster up to himself, it doesn't flow well. It doesn't flow well because it's like, hey, here's these really serious scenes, and then we have the Putty Patrol guys in hoodies and biker helmets that he's going to eviscerate in 5 minutes.
Yeah, it could have been better.
Could have been better.
It's not as good. It's the kind of place where it's like it's not bad, but it's not good. It's like a gray matter. It feels wrong. It's like it's the fight because the fights are really good. You know, the fights are very good, but you just want more. You just the resolution to this is I wanted more from this. So unfortunately, really, that's it.
Really quickly, as like probably like the final our cliff notes on this. When we were talking about it, I was saying how I didn't think the action was that crazy. And it's a result of it's like you watch the John Wick movies, and the context of it was we kind of asked ourselves, did action movies peak with John Wick? And as I feel like it's you know, you can't say that it's like, oh, it's the prime ultimate, there's nothing going to be better than it, but like as it is right now, unfortunately, when you have action scenes like this, I always compare it back to John Wick, and it just John Wick does it better. You know, there's that level of work in those movies that it's just like, oh no, this is the best of it. Which is not a slight to this. Like, it's done very well, but I can't deny that watching it, I was just like, yeah, John Wick did it better.
Tom, I have to agree. We got to go back to the people.
Let's get back to the people.
Okay. as a transition point, can we look at this?
Oh no! What did they do to my boy? Oh!
What did you do to Grogu?
This is what viewers at home. This is what's gonna happen if you don't see Mandalorian and Grogu.
I like that he looks sad. Like, for some reason, they made his face look sad and powered down.
If they, oh
man,
my gosh, if
he's
they,
a little robot.
If they put into like, oh my gosh, if they put that into like the marketing that it's like, this is what we're gonna do to Grogu if you don't see this movie.
What? Like, he's just a little robot.
Well, yeah, he's a little puppet.
He's okay, but puppets don't have to be robots.
In the case of Grogu, they have to, because they would have to then make anytime they record the Mandalorian Grogu, they'd have to have a set with like a drop floor for someone to hold the puppet up to talk to. Yeah, you kind of it has to be a. What did they do to you? Go on.
Google was fully alive. Not Grogu.
I've just too many Funko Pops. You're getting flayed. Remember when Grogu meant something?
Remember when Grogu meant something?
When did they say his name? Was that season 2 or 3?
Season 2. It was Ahsoka. The Ahsoka episode. She was like, I speak, Baby Yoda.
Which they don't speak. They just. Implying that he's possibly telepathic. I don't know. I remember. See, you know, everyone talks about how like season 3 is what like killed the Mandalorian franchise. But season 2, when they announced his name, there was a collective like, ugh, and just throughout it, of just like Grogu. Ugh.
Yeah.
All right, getting to the people. Robin 10 gifting 5 real-life fake wizard fake wizards live memberships. We're not on the main channel. Fake wizards live memberships. Thank you, Robin 10.
Let's go.
And then we got Archimedes 5635 for a 20 banger for the beard. Good morning, all, and very glad Subnautica 2 is good so far. Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah, I haven't played it. I'm tempted to, but I'm very glad to hear people are enjoying it. Looks like there's a lot of people playing it, which is wild.
There is a massive amount of people playing it. Let me ask you, do you have an issue with water in video games? Are you one of those people that gets unnerved by underwater levels, the deep darks of stuff?
I'm like, I don't think so.
Because
that's a fear I haven't unlocked yet.
Oh, well, hey, maybe it'll learn something about you.
Maybe. Well, I mean, definitely in the ocean, I would feel that fear, but definitely not like sitting at my computer.
Well, people talk about how this game like invokes that feeling of, oh, I'm under the water, and they get that sense of panic.
There's always a bigger fish.
There's always a bigger fish. Butter Biscuit 92 for a new member. Let's go. And
welcome to the membership.
And then Butter Biscuit 92 for a twofer. Everyone has too many channels now. LOL.
Well, you know what, Butter Biscuit? I would agree with you. The problem is that YouTube has made it extremely difficult where you need to have multiple channels now. You need to have a clip channel, a live channel, a videos channel, a reviews channel. You need to have all these different things, and it's very annoying. I agree with you.
What's that? You want to make more than one type of content on your channel?
Hey,
buddy, what do you think we're doing here? It's unfortunate the system that they have set up, because it's like, oh, you know, we've talked about like doing different type of content, and then it's it comes back into it's like, okay, well, if we try posting that, it'll either cannibalize the videos or it won't get shared because it's not your normal type of content. It's just weird algorithm junk.
It is junk.
But thank you for the 2.
Okay. Very good. I'm just trying to cue things up here better. Give me 1 second.
All good. All good.
All right. So let's talk about, and this is one that's a little less about Tom. Let's talk about the Obsession, man.
Let's get into it.
What a movie. Yeah. Take us over. Okay, so big old. This is a horror movie. I got to put the review banner up. This one's intense, folks. And I'm going to try to avoid spoilers. Actually, I'm going to really try to avoid spoilers because this is a spoiler heavy type of movie. I don't even want to play the trailer because the trailers have massive spoilers in them. Okay, but it's Obsession. I want to find a poster. Obsession poster, because that would be better. It would be better than just showing the trailer. But Obsession has hit the theaters. This is a movie that was done by a YouTuber, Curry Baker, I think his name is. Yeah, Curry Barker. Here we go. Okay, so yeah, Obsession, new horror movie in theaters now. You know, we make fun of trigger warnings, right? We make fun of them. We make fun of the trigger warnings because they're a little silly. It's like, hey, you might be triggered if you're watching Peter Pan. It's like, you're not going to be triggered watching Peter Pan. Okay,
you're
not going to be triggered. Okay, fine. Speak for myself. But you know, in some movies, I think there are things like, okay, if we're gonna do the trigger warning thing, then in a lot of ways, perhaps Punisher needed a trigger warning for PTSD. Right? Or we look at something like Obsession, and you might also have needed a trigger warning for PTSD. So see here, this is where the trigger warnings don't work because they're slapped onto things that don't actually have triggering things in them, but then the movies that might need them don't have them. So at that point, the whole thing is broken, throw it away. I say all of that because Obsession is the kind of movie that if you have experienced troubling relationships that with people that perhaps have experienced BPD, or you've been in with partners that have had histrionics, right? I think the best example would be is if you heard like the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial and all of the evidence coming out about what Amber Heard was doing. Okay, there's a lot of that in this movie. This is a hard movie to watch. It's the kind of movie you can't look away from, but it is the kind of movie that you will have dramatic anxiety from if you've lived through things where there's high, like scary high and up and down emotions. So to start off with that, so the whole premise here is really, really interesting. So it's this guy, there's a girl over here he's been crushing on. They're pretty much just out of high school, getting ready to go to college. And it's these two and two other friends. They all work together in a music store. There's a couple of, I would say, conveniences that this movie has, a couple of like little conveniences to just help keep the foundations together to account for the fact that this is a smaller budget project, to account for the fact that this is, you can only do so much, right? And it works, and it really works. But, if you're to tell me that, hey, 4 high schoolers work in this massive music shop and they're all there usually at the same time, I'm going to say that's a little unlikely, because music shops don't have, unless they're like the big ones, like the super big ones, just regular old comic shops, regular old music shops aren't going to have all of these teens working there like it's a Walmart, right?
No,
so that's a little unrelatable.
They're not going to have the money to keep that business afloat with 4 workers at a time, unless they're getting like dirt cheap.
No, there's more than that. There's like the implication is that there's like 7 people working there, including the manager, and 4 of them are just close friends from high school.
Okay.
See, but this is me nitpicking.
Yeah,
because I'm trying to set the stage for what this movie is, but I can't really spoil it, because there's people watching right now that might go see this movie, and I kind of want you to go in a little bit blind. Like, I gave you the warning, right? If you've experienced crazy exes, or you grew up in an environment that's a little hostile, right? Then this one might be a little upsetting. This movie sticks with you. It took me a little while to get my thoughts wrapped around. When this movie ends, and the way that it does is, holy crap, I just got up and walked right out. It was incredible. It was an incredible ending. And that's something else I would say about this film. This film has truly incredible elements to it, taking things that you may have seen before, but doing them in such a way that it's original again. Really, I tip my hat to the team here and Curry Barker for creating this movie. This sits with you. This is the kind of horror movie that shakes up the whole infrastructure. Because we look at things like, and we've talked about it just a couple weeks ago, but you had Ready or Not 2, which was, the first one was grounded, and the first one was like serious and grounded. It was a little bit more of a dark comedy. And yet we get to this next one, and it's like, well, let's just up the stakes. Let's just go crazy. Let's go crazy with what we're doing. And for me, it didn't work. With horror, and Lee Cronin's The Mummy, I never want to even talk about that movie again. But what a pile of crap that is. That was really
favorite film.
I hated that movie. It was an absolute pile of crap. But then you get to these really low budget indie films. I don't even know if it's indie at that point, but like, you get to these films that are done by YouTubers, and all of a sudden they're incredible. Like, they're just crazy, because this Curry Barker guy, he turns out he's some comedy YouTuber. I didn't know who he was. And you've got the Rocka brothers doing their own horror movies, both of which were very good, but one that Talk to Me was better than Bring Her Back. Talk to Me was really good. And I think there's something to be said about that. It's the new media people, the people that have learned directly how to connect with audiences and how to tell stories, because you have to learn how to do that to do YouTube. They're making better stuff than Hollywood is. Obsession is, I don't know how anything beats it. This movie's a 9. Like it's a 9 out of 10. It might be a 10 out of 10. Like that's, I'm teetering between a 9 and a 10 out of 10 for this film.
Well,
on merits of the film.
I feel like you can mention what is preventing you from giving it the 10 without it being a spoiler thing, because it falls into a category that you fell into a pit trap of doing what everyone else does.
Yeah, that's a very good point. So Obsession, which is about this guy has a crush for this girl, but he's too cowardly to. This is in the trailer, so I'm not ruining anything. He's too cowardly to confess his feelings, but also to ask her out. And we're kind of led to believe she's friend zoned him. Now, earlier in the film, for different reasons, which you'll see, he ends up picking up this wishmaker thing, this little old school it comes in a little cardboard box. He picks it up at a new age shop, and it's mostly a gag gift, but he ends up taking it out and he breaks it, but he makes the wish that she falls in love with him and loves him more than anyone else in the world. Which there you go. That's where you get your obsession from. And of course the cascading of effects after that. To Tom's point, the thing that I didn't like about this is this movie on its own premise is terrifying. Okay. On its own, the acting that is done, which is excellent. Oh my gosh, the acting in this is great. The dialogue in this is great. The people that are in this are great. They're all relatable. You've seen these 4 friends in your life. You might see them in your own close friends. You know them from high school. You might know them from work. These 4 people are so easily relatable that you've already got a movie that's traumatic, that's traumatizing because of the circumstances that are happening. Everybody's got characterization that's very, very good. And then this movie, unfortunately, robs itself from just being a horror drama and wants to be a horror with jump scares in it, because it feels like that's what we need to do in order to be horror today, is we need to have some jump scares. None of them are worthwhile. And I think and the problem is because there's also an angle of mystery happening here. When you have these jump scares, and it's not jump scares that are earned by visuals, it's jump scares that are blow out your eardrums, because the sound mixing in all movies nowadays is garbage, no matter who's involved.
Yes. So
it's just blast out your eardrums. We're going to crank up the volume, peak it out. Something jumps out on screen just so because it's almost cowardly is the word I would use. And that's terrible for a movie like this. It's cowardly, because you couldn't earn the horror on just being scary, which this movie is. You then also had to go for I'm going to nuke their nervous system to try to scare them even more. And that detracts from the fact of you're processing what's happening in real time. And it is. The visuals here and the acting backing them up are intense, but you're still trying to unravel the mystery. So you're buying in, you're trying to read into the details, you're trying to really dig into what's happening on screen, followed by jump scares, and you're like, you're messing with my flow. You're messing with my force flow.
You're messing with your force flow? It's not your force flow.
I think there are now, with the way that I just described that, it makes it sound like this movie is like a 6, right? No, it's a 9. The movie's a 9 still, even despite having the jump scares in them. Okay, this movie's that good, and I have to eat crow on it. I have to say, because I had posted online. I sat down in the theater and it came up Blumhouse Pictures Blumhouse presents, and I went, oh, this is going to be a pile of crap. Because most Blumhouse movies are crap. Most of them are terrible. And I will say, I'll take the L. I will admit when I have been wrong. this one got me. This movie's awesome.
Okay, you saw the film. I didn't see it. So, okay, do you feel like the way that the jump scare, like you're not a fan of the jump scares, you think it soiled the experience. It was scary without it. Were the jump scares tailored into the movie, or did they feel like they were a add-on? Like, do you feel like it was written to actually include the jump scares, or do you feel like this may have been... Because part of it being Blumhouse is we waffled about where it's like, do you think that maybe with it being Blumhouse, there was some perhaps possible studio intervention of it's like, oh, like maybe not like, oh, you guys need to have jump scares, but like someone in the room of like, oh, there should be a jump scare at that point. Yeah, jump scare would really help at that point where it's like, it didn't need it. Like, did it in the context of the movie, did it fit where it's like, okay, there's a jump scare here, or do you feel like this was an after effect?
That's a good question. I think they amplified it up afterwards. Like in post, they made it more of a jump scare than it needed to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it could have been okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I think they cranked it up.
So actually, that goes to my point that there theoretically could be an edit of this movie that tones it down and makes it a 10.
It does not need the jump scares. That's what's crazy about this. This movie. This movie doesn't need the jump scares.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you see how even in the poster over back here, like this is the girl here. This is supposed to be a scene from the movie. You see how she's a silhouette. So this movie uses darkness as a storytelling device. Earlier on in my notes, because I was taking notes for this, I put, this movie's too dark. I hate that it's too dark. Somebody turn on a damn light. By the end of the movie, you realize that the darkness and casting silhouettes on these people, seeing only half their faces, having the scenes be artistically dark is a very strong point. It's very cool. Now that I understand what it is that I was watching, I was judging it too soon. It's actually brilliant of how they use these silhouettes. I mean, and it's all because of the acting here. Like, you've got the lighting, the setting, the acting. They'll cast her in these silhouettes, and you don't know what she's going to do because they've made it. Okay, obviously based on the trailer. When as the movie progresses, she becomes more and more obsessed. Obviously, we know that's going to happen. It's going to be escalating. It has to be an escalation. But as they have these like silhouettes cast on her, you don't know what she's going to do. You don't know what she's capable of, but you know that she's getting crazier, and the things that she's saying are even more wild and dangerous and really scary. And there are a couple of these monologues that she does. They're short, but there's a few of them where it's like, this is some haunting shit. This is some haunting shit, and it is brilliant. It is absolute cinema, and that all comes back to the girl here who plays the obsessed girl. I don't remember her name. I think it's Indy something. And she was the girl. She's in Superman and Lois, which I didn't realize until after and I started looking her up. Indy Navarrete. Indy Navarrete. She is insanely talented. Oh my gosh, she's insanely talented. I hope she gets all the her career needs to explode. Her career deserves to explode. She has got ridiculous talent. Like, wow. Just outstanding. Without her performance, this movie doesn't stand. This has nothing to stand on. Like, it's all based on her, on what she does. Everything else is, only second to her level of carrying that, right? Of carrying a plot this serious that well. It is wow, truly. But again, it's a 9. Obsession is a 9. I think I could rave about this movie for a long time. But it's not a 10, specifically because I think the jump scares take away from it. I think using like it's already your skin is crawling already. You don't need to blast out my eardrums with the jump scares. It wasn't needed, you know?
Yes.
It wasn't needed. You already had perfect terror. And for many people who have experienced abusive relationships, perhaps, you're done. You're cooked. You don't need the jump scares. You're already traumatized after this. You're already reliving some stuff, and or like replaying stuff in your head that you might have experienced. So, yeah, I think that's obsession, man. This is. I really don't want to talk about the plot. I would love to. I would love to get into spoilers, but I think it's still premiere weekend. And we got a lot of people watching now that if you're looking for something to do and you need you're like, hey, I want to go to the movies. Obsession is a good time. It's a good time. It's a horror movie, and it's unsettling. It's extremely unsettling. It's intense, but it's really good. It's really good. Yeah, that's a 9.
That's a
cover all
yeah.
taste. That's a 10.
Aerate it, flavor it. Yeah. All right. Well, I think with that, it's time for us to get into our boys talk.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I was having a good day.
Look, we got to the good part of it. Now we have to talk about the poo slop part of it. All right. That's well, actually, this is a very interesting dynamic, because after next week we won't have any weekly shows to talk about.
Not a big fan of horror. I think I'll rewatch Sheep Detectives. Yes, do that.
Well, actually, that's a great pitch to the audience. If you are looking to go to the movies, you have 2 options. If you want the scary, intense movie, go see Obsession. If you want just a good movie, go see Sheep Detectives.
With that, the boys.
Oh, the boys.
Oh, the boys. Look, hey, this got 2.5 million views. Thanks, Elon. All right, so we are. This is the penultimate episode of The Boys before their series finale. This season has been absolutely garbage. This season has been garbage. I don't like it. It's for me personally, I feel that after season 2, which I enjoyed season 2, after season 2, it has been on a steady decline downward of turning into garbage. Season 3, I really didn't like. Season 4, I didn't care for. And season 5 is, I just want the show to end and I never want to watch it again. I'm done with this franchise. Like, I'm done with this universe. There's a good chance that now I've talked about this on other streams and other places before. Homelander is the only the only reason that people are tuning in. There's a lot of people that watch The Boys on Amazon. A lot of people around the world. And because we see from the ratings, like The Boys gets good ratings. Why? Well, because they established a mystery box at the beginning of season 1, which was going to be, how do we kill Homelander? And so they have milked that for 5 seasons of how do we kill Homelander. That's the entire point. So audiences are tuning in specifically because they want to see how are you going to kill Homelander. And in that, they've lost the ability to tell any semblance of a story. We don't have anything going on. There's truly nothing exciting happening. And it's just been my feelings from all the characters, even into the penultimate episode. It's just my feelings. And in a place where death means nothing, because in this show, death means nothing. You have no emotional connection to any characters because you're constantly killing people off. Even in this penultimate episode, we had a legacy character from episode 1 die, like Frenchie got killed. And no one cares. No one cares. There's not a single tear shed for Frenchie. No one cares. And this is a day 1 7 years ago character that was created, or not that was that people saw for the
Introduced
first
to,
time 7
yeah.
years ago. Yes. This season wants to spend more time dunking on Christians, dunking on the Orange Man, dunking on MAGA Republicans, Western politics, American politics, because it's an allegory and we're doing a satire, and that's what satire is. And The Boys isn't meant to be taken seriously. It's meant to be a satire of things that are happening in the real world. I hate that shit. I'm done with it. I'm so done with it because it's boring. The Boys is boring. In their final episode, their final season, the show has been rendered to boring. Every single episode is this guy doing and saying the same things. And about every episode, he's saying, I am God. And that's the whole thing of him trying to usurp, thinking that he can usurp God and become the God of the planet. Okay. And so that gives us to this scene here, which is a propaganda film. Inside the context of the show, it's a propaganda film. And the whole point is they're going to have Jesus come down, give Homelander the crown of thorns, have Jesus say, I'm not strong enough to be the savior of the world anymore. Homelander, I need you to do it. And then they're going to show this propaganda film to a panel of would-be self-inserted MAGA Republicans, and then see just how many of them have fallen for the propaganda and believe that Homelander is new God. This this show is extremely blasphemous. Number one, I mean, it's just constant blasphemy at the expense of, well, we're dunking on Christians and Republicans, and those aren't synonymous. And I hate that they are. I hate that, this show paints just all Christians as being the MAGA Republicans, right? They've merged the two of them. So if you're a Christian, then that also means, according to Eric Crickby, you're a MAGA Republican, and I don't think that's fair either. But but if for you to even point that out, you're going to get hit with the rebuttal of these asshole Redditors online of it's a satire. It's a satire.
You don't understand.
It's really just nasty for the sake of being nasty. It's offensive for the sake of being offensive. And I think, if you really wanted to make it count for something, you tell a good story inside of that, because you could do your little satire. You could do your little hate on everything in the world right now. You could do your cynicism ploy, because that's what this is. This show is cynical. You could do that, but you got to tell a good story inside of it. And now they've jumped. I think that they've just jumped the shark. At this point, they have truly jumped the shark.
It's crazy though. I've heard, because you talk about, it's like, our season 1 was good, season 2 was good, and then after that was like the drop off in quality. I feel like I've heard people talking about how this show jumped the shark for the last 2 seasons. And we're just watching the continuous decline, and it completely just reads as we didn't have any ideas after season 2. We didn't know where to do any of this after this moment. We had ideas and we went with them, but like we didn't know how to execute or finish them. How many times are they almost like, Homelander's right outside, but he doesn't get them. Like, how many times can you do that before it means nothing anymore? How many, like, I don't know if it was in this episode, but there, people were talking about how it's like, like, this is the character that it used to be. If you say his name, he's at the building because he heard it. You guys are in the room next to him. He doesn't hear you guys. Like, there's elements of that in there where it's just like, you have nothing. You guys have nothing anymore. I'm excited for this to be finally gone, and brushed under the carpet to not be talked about again. Because it's just another example of like, hey, we have really, really bad writers nowadays.
Look, we've got one episode left. it's going to be a rushed finale. It's not going to be nearly as satisfying as it was set up to be because it mystery boxed itself. And I think they didn't know what they were going to do. They didn't know how they were going to pull this off. It would have been better if they just followed the comics at this point. And like, okay, look, it's going to be unsatisfying and it's going to go down in history as another Stranger Things. It's going to go to, did you know, Tom? I mean, we've talked about it on stream, but Tom, have you seen a single soul talk about the Netflix Stranger Things animated show?
No, but I have seen. I think their meme accounts posting like a new season of Stranger Things is coming out this June. Like I've still seen those, but no, I have not seen anyone talk about the animated series that they made, specifically for kids. That is supposed to be a tie-in between seasons 2 and 3, I believe.
I guess
no,
so.
I have not seen anyone, not a soul, talk about it.
Yeah. And I don't think anybody... Look, you already had a spinoff for the boys called Gen V. And Gen V got canceled. And the ratings for Gen V didn't work out, right? Nobody watched Gen V. And that was on while this show was on.
Mm-hmm.
You think that people are going to come back to watch your spinoff shows after you botch the finale on your primary show? It's not going to happen. They got Vought Rising, which is going to be a prequel series featuring Jensen Ackles as Soldier Boy. I don't think anybody's going to give a crap about that. And then you have The Boys Mexico, which is the next spinoff, which is supposed to be a sequel.
It's called The Boys Mexico?
Yes. Yes.
Real bold today, aren't we?
Yeah.
What kind of a name is that?
Well, it's like, West Coast Avengers.
Okay.
It's like The Boys Mexico.
All right, sure. Cool, I guess.
I just don't I just don't care. I never want to see anything from this franchise again. Yeah, sure. We'll see how it ends up, right? We'll see how everything goes down, but I just don't care. I think this is this is a good question. Could you imagine Homelander even wearing a turban for some reason? Forget Islam. What if Homelander was just insulting some other religions the way he does in Christianity? Well, that was the point I was making here. Cool. Now do this again for every other religion. No. Why is that? And people are taking this too literally. They're like, oh, well, you didn't read into the context of what's happening in the show and in the scene, so that makes it okay. No. You still have to have this scene in your show. The context of it doesn't matter. The offense is there. And it's like you're hiding behind your satirical context as a shield to dunk on religious people, to dunk on Christian people. And like, that's not being done from a place of love. Let's be very clear. This is being done from a place of hatred.
It's being done
Eric
from a place of
Kripke,
spite.
It's being done from a place of spite. We have the platform. We have Amazon money. We can do it. I can get away with it. And then if you criticize it or you try to challenge me for doing it, then you're the bad guy because I've already painted you to be the bad guy in the context of my show because you were going to criticize it. I set a trap and you sprang it gloriously. That was the whole point, is to make you upset. I'm dunking on you. And that's it.
It's the idea that it's like, hey, here's this portrayal of dumb Christians. It's like, oh, that's how they actually view you. That they're showing their hand. That's actually how they view you. And because if you do have offense to it, it's like, it's a joke. Calm down. It's like, it's clearly not. It clearly is not. You do have some contempt for anyone who's has any form of like religious values. It's like,
It's
all
like,
right,
oh,
thank you.
well, yeah, but you got the context of who is doing this mockery is Homelander, and Homelander is the bad guy. So that makes it okay because you're supposed to hate this. You're supposed to not like what's on screen. This is the best you could come up with for your final season? Is dunking on Christians and Orange Man bad? Are we still like, I'm at the point, And I don't want. Look, I am excited, and this is going to sound crazy. I'm excited for Trump to no longer be president one day. After his term is done, because I don't want Hollywood to do Trump allegories ever again. Can we have that? Can we Can we make a deal? Can we make a deal, Hollywood? When Trump's terms are done, when he's out of office, here's the rule: you never talk about it again, because I don't want to hear about it again. And it's not just me; no one wants to hear about it again. We're done. We're done with it. It doesn't matter. You're not making a difference. You're not changing the world. You're not doing anything other than polarizing your audience. You're making less money. You could be making more money if you would get out of your own way.
What we're going to see is it's going to be 5 years of Trump allegories, and then it'll stop for maybe 3 to 4 years. And then it's going to be a new wave of writers being like, I grew up in the trauma of being under Trump. And then it's going to be another 10 years of Trump allegories.
Between this show, between this show and you've got the Daredevil Born Again, and both of these shows at the same time are Trump allegories, and they both have ICE allegories that are going in and picking people up. Give me a break.
They're not even done well,
dude. They're not even done well. Oh, it was in the comics. Actually, I hate Reddit. I hate Reddit and what it's allowed people to turn into.
It has allowed the kid that would have gotten bullied in school to be unchecked.
Yeah. Keyboard warriors, man.
Actually, this is a good interpretation, and because I'm superior in intellect, you are just a Neanderthal to me.
It's like, okay. Good for you. Would you like me to clap for you as well?
Here, hang on. Can we maybe stop with the blasphemy that Trump's administration has been doing? Because that would be a great start. Okay. Multiple problems, right? You've got the allegories that think they're trying to change the world, like the boys, like they're going to fix the world. They have something to educate their audience on. And then you have the actual thing that's happening in the White House. So these are two different things. So we can not be happy with this, which I'm not. I'm not happy with this.
No.
But this over here, sacrificing the boys, right, isn't going to stop this over here. Two different things. Daredevil being rendered down to being an Orange Man bad allegory doesn't stop what is happening in the real world. It just ruins the thing that is supposed to be the escapism from the real world.
Saying Orange Man bad doesn't stop Orange Man from doing what he's doing. There is that level of like, I feel like some of these people genuinely think that's like, if Trump watched this, he'd go, oh my gosh, I've been doing everything wrong. Honey, call the news. Like these people do like write this in the way that they think like we're making a difference. It's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. You're. This is an echo chamber, but you're so deluded onto what reality actually is. It's not good for anybody. No, you've turned this now into something that like maybe you could enjoy. Into nobody can enjoy this. It's just garbage. It's slop.
I already hate all politicians. Like, I already hate both Republicans and Democrats, right? I'm not happy. It doesn't matter who is in the White House. It doesn't matter who you vote in. It's going to be shit. And then you have all of the entertainment is like, we're going to fight it. We're going to fight it by sacrificing our own projects.
Guys, we're gonna protest this deal between Warner Brothers and Paramount. We're making a difference.
Yeah, even though we're in on it, we're doing this
for money.
Yeah.
Oh yes, let's listen to the people whose job it is to lie for a living. Yeah, I want to hear your political takes and why I should vote for these people. Thank you, Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, thanks, Mark Ruffalo or Mark Hamill or everybody else. But yeah, man. I don't know. It's a disaster, and this is offensive, and this is done. This is yes, right here, and then we'll wrap this one up. Left wing, right wing, same bird. My view, yes, and the bird also happens to have bird flu because this country is sick.
The bird's got bird flu because the bird went south to a specific island and things got bad.
The bird was on a cruise.
Both wings
decided to go bird watching.
Both wings landed on an island, and it's been bad ever since.
Man, yeah, look,
love it.
We'll talk about the boys finale when it's all wrapped up. But
I mean, next week is turning out to be a packed episode.
Look, I said on FNT yesterday, I think the way that this is going to go down is a lot of people live. We know Kamiko is now supercharged. She's going to have the same powers as Homelander, which means she's going to be able to fry Homelander, which is going to zap the superpower out of his blood. And then more than likely, they're going to pull some crap of where, oh, well, it didn't actually neutralize him fully. It just took out the V1. So now he's not immune, which means that the whole point of getting the V1 was reduced to he had it for a single episode and he didn't do anything with it. We don't actually see him get to do anything with his immortality that he's gotten, right? We never will. That's how rushed this is turning out to be. We also have plot holes, or not plot holes, but like set up plot points that never will pay off to anything. Like Mother's Milk specifically. Mother's Milk, his entire idea. He wants to kill Soldier Boy. Like that's his mission is to kill Soldier Boy, MM. That's never going to happen because Soldier Boy needs to be in other shows. So there needs to be like, so that's going to end unfulfilled. We know that Starlight's not going to die. Yui's likely not going to die. They're probably going to get married and go off somewhere. And knowing how contrived this whole thing is, Ryan, the kid that's all powered, Homelander's son, is probably going to end up living with them or some nonsense. Like they're going to do that. Like there's going to be a time gap, like a time jump, and it's Yui and Starlight are together, but because she got an abortion in season 4, then Ryan is going to become their surrogate son. That's what's going to happen.
Here's something I am looking forward to asking next week is the comparison, not the comparison, but like the apple or orange, A or B. What is worse, this or we have multiple different like it's gonna be the trio. It's gonna be who is the worst offender in the finale? Is it the boys? Is it Stranger Things? Or is it Game of Thrones? Because now this is another of many destroyed your entire franchise with how bad the finale was. Game of Thrones, not really, because you have, people are loving Knights of the Seven Kingdom. Like but granted, it's a big enough world you can do other stories in, but it all ultimately ends up where it's like, oh yeah, that's how it ends. But who's the worst offender? Let's ask right now. Out of the two, because we don't have the boys, which is the worst offender, Stranger Things or Game of Thrones, in worst finale?
Oh my gosh. Probably Game of Thrones.
You think Game of Thrones?
Probably Game of Thrones because there was just that much character assassination in the ending. Probably Game of Thrones is the worst ending in all of television. I don't think you're going to get beat. I do think we need to do like a tier list though, because there's plenty of other shows that have terrible endings. Like Lost is up there with being a terrible ending. I think Sopranos should go on the list, but it should be ranked lower than everything else. So specifically, just for the visual stake of, because Sopranos was a controversial ending, but I don't think it's bad per se, but it does belong on there as controversial endings.
Yes. I'm seeing Game of Thrones. I'm seeing people are saying Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's definitely Game of Thrones.
It's Game of Thrones. Well, ending it with Tyrion being like, "What makes a good king? A man who could tell a good story." What? What? What are you
which
talking
then
about?
implying that Bran knew everything the whole time and how it was going to go down, which means he knew how everybody was going to die
Yeah.
because he could see the future. So he knew that that's where he was going to end up.
Well, let it be said, a good king can tell a good story. Bobby B was the best storyteller then. Good old Bobby B. All right, I think any final thoughts for this episode of The Boys?
No, I'm glad we talked about it because there's the Christianity angle. Like, I almost want to do a video on it, not just The Boys, but people use horror and satire as a form of attacking, and I would use the word attacking, secretly sneaking it like it's a sniper shot. It's a way to get the audience to put their guard down because there's been such a not astroturfing, but like marketing. It has been marketed so well that if we use horror or satire to bash on Christians or really Jesus Christ, like this is literally we're bashing Jesus Christ himself. Like there's something to be said about that, and I think that's messed up. And it's strictly from a clinical aspect. It's strictly from a maybe even a bullying aspect. It's not. You could diagnose this without. I think you don't even need to be a Christian to be able to say that, hey, this doesn't feel right. But most don't. And I think that's really it. But I think you could break it down that there's three angles to specifically say of who is being mocked. And I think one of them is all right. So you've got Jesus as the man, right? Or Jesus as God, right? That's one. Or I'm going to say the man for this example. Then you've got Christians, the people. So there's a lot of bashing of the Christian people, which I think they're fair game because a lot of times Christians deserve it. They do a lot of terrible things. Although it's really hateful. It's usually coming from a place of hate to bash on them. But then you also have the third thing, which is Christianity, the faith, right? So the faith that people would have in their religion. And I think those three things get mixed up too often. And it's usually a combination of maybe two of those things or one of those things or all three of those things. The Boys is all three. The Boys is all three. If you're a Christian, The Boys thinks you're stupid. Most horror movies bash other things in other ways. They mostly just diminish Jesus Christ the man. They have the faith in a lot of these horror movies, but it doesn't mean anything. But they're not bashing Christians. They're just bashing the actual outcome of that. I think that's important, and I think it's better. And I also think it's important that we, as viewers, start to define things better, whether you're a Christian or not. Like this is not, this is, like I said, this is a clinical thing. This is a clinical diagnosis. If we were to better understand and how to define the media that we are consuming, we could better break it down. And if we could better break it down, we could get to the core of what's wrong with everything, not just the one thing, not just The Boys. We're able to better understand what's wrong with all of media. And I think it roots down to something like cynicism. There's a real cynicism here. And it's whether it be attacking Christians today or it's just the never-ending Orange Man allegory over there tomorrow. It's upsetting because you realize everything coming out of Hollywood is just a single one track. It's one track, and it's nasty and it's hateful, and that sucks.
Yeah.
But with that, we'll leave that there. Let's take us back to the chat.
Okay,
on to the chat,
let's get to the chat. Odd Dog Warrior 9407 for a twofer. What season did The Boys start going downhill?
3. Big time 3. Big time season 3. Yup. Oh yeah.
Thank you for the 2. All right. There's 2 things. We got the thing that I was working on, but then do we want to talk about the Mandalorian and Grogu?
Yes.
Do we want to do a quick segment on that?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
we will.
All right.
All right.
Cool.
So if we pull this up, let's jump back to let's see. Here we go. Get out of here, ad blocker. This is coming to us from Variety. The Mandalorian and Grogu gets divided first reactions, from a thrilling adventure to one of the weakest Star Wars movies and a snooze fest. Now, Tom and I both watched Film Threat with Chris Gore and Alan Ing, and both of them pretty much said the same thing on their channel, in that this is made for little kids. This is boring. It's too long. And that also makes me think that the action scenes they have no emotional weight. This is the kind of movie where there's no there is no emotional weight behind anything that's happening here. You know what I mean? Of like where there's just nonstop action, but you don't care because it's not rooted in anything that's worth caring about. That's what this movie's going to be.
Yes.
This is also going to be. We've also found out that this is going to be very heavy-handed in Clone Wars and Rebels references. So this is not just the, yes, yeah. This is a Filoni. This is a Filoni fest. So what do you think?
Oh, because Rada the Hutt. They're gonna get into the Clone Wars. You guys talked about it on Crossfire about how it's like, oh, the Hutts are talking now. They shouldn't be. There's so many things about this movie already from the get-go. During May the 4th, as they released that like Hop On trailer, and it looked bad. It is colorless slop. I think to your point about the fight scenes, I have a feeling it's going to be CGI, just things happening. There's going to be I don't know if there's going to be little practical effect, but I think there's going to be a lot of the fight scenes are just going to be CGI slop of just like, oh, Rada the Hutt in the Coliseum, fighting Din Djarin, wow, stuff like that. But yeah,
no, go ahead.
The response to it's actually kind of, I want to say, refreshing to see it being like, I'm happy to hear that it's mediocre. I'm actually happy to hear it's mediocre, because now it's taken away this movie is going to be like, want to pull your hair out bad. I'm tired of seeing media that I'm actively mad for 2.5 hours watching this. I'm okay with it just being mediocre. That's the level of how bad things are. I'd rather take a mediocre thing than a bad thing now.
Yeah, but it's also just for, this is a very good point here. This movie can't afford to be okay, and it can't. This is, in the early 2000s, Disney used to take episodes of shows that they were trying to ship, and it would pad them together and ship them as a movie, but it's a sequel to whatever the previous movie was. So like Atlantis got a sequel at home movie, which was just 3 episodes of what would have been
the show,
like an Atlantis show.
Yeah.
Okay. And they did that with a bunch of things. That was kind of Disney's MO for a little bit. That's all this is. We're finding out now that the plot of this is as disjointed as the trailers appear to be, and that this feels like 3 episodes of something tied to, or 3 or 4 episodes of a Mandalorian show, of the Mandalorian season 4, tied together to be this. There is no growth from what we're hearing. There's no radical growth that things are different on the other end. Right? Like Grogu doesn't have magical, like any kind of real growth. The characters begin and end the same. At that point, what's the point? What are we doing? Why?
Well, Grogu needed to go to Bath and Body Works to pick up some Force flow, and then he would have been able to master his Force abilities, which you can do. No.
Wait a tick. Tom, we have another one we have to show off today.
Is it
we have another?
Is it the Bath and Body Works?
No, worse. This was sent to me by a friend yesterday. Check this out. This is from Olive and June. We now have makeup kits. We have now got nail polish. Mandalorian and Grogu team up for nail polish. So here.
I need the Beskar Chrome. Oh, it's sold out.
Beskar Chrome.
We need to end stream. I need to go in the car and try to find the local place. I need that Beskar Chrome. I will fight someone for it.
This is we need to go shopping after this. Yes, the limited edition.
Manny system.
This is $110 for the limited edition Mandalorian and Grogu. Long lasting. It's long lasting, Tom.
Hey, that's
long lasting.
110 is a small price to pay for absolute fashion.
This is peak merchandising.
Peak consumer
merchandising.
I listen.
What a crossover.
Folks. Listen, folks, the next time when we go live next week talking about the Mandalorian Grogu, we're gonna be rocking that Beskar Chrome. Let me tell you. Everything. There is a conversation to be had about how the adult pandering of movie tie-ins. Because this was a point I made on Wizard News months ago, but there is a point to be made about the movie tie-in stuff. How it used to be catered towards children because it's easier to sell them to because they're children, they're impressionable. If you put Pokemon on a box of Kraft mac and cheese, they're going to want to play Pokemon or watch the Pokemon movies because it's the iconography. How that part of people's brains is still intact, so you're able to get away with doing this stuff. It's stuff like this. It's like the Bath and Body Works collab. Whenever Dr. Squatch has a brick collab, like I got an email today that they have a Toy Story 5 Dr. Squatch set. Like, it's stuff like that. Like, there's something to be said about the consumer slop of marketing. I just want to ask, though, like, who's getting this?
I have no idea.
Who's getting this?
I have no idea, Tom.
This collab is just like the Bath and Body Works collab of it's like, who? Why? I don't know many. Like it's not even just. I don't know a lot of men who shop at Bath and Body Works. I don't know a lot of Star Wars fans that shop at Bath and Body Works.
I don't know. I have no idea. But I'm trying to pull up here. There was an article here, but I'm having trouble pulling it up. Not an article. It's a LinkedIn post. And I'm trying to pull it up, but I'm not signed in, and I can't sign in to get it.
Damn you, LinkedIn.
Oh, okay. Let me try this. So I don't think I can click on anything, but I can zoom in here. So this was sent to me actually from somebody from a reputable source who just happened to come across this. Truly still so energized from our Discover the Bounty Disney Consumer Products event celebrating The Mandalorian and Grogu, which took place earlier this week amid all of the excitement surrounding the release of the first theatrical title in nearly 7 years. We brought together nearly 90 creators, media, and invited guests in LA for an out-of-this-galaxy immersive experience designed to highlight the incredible product storytelling behind this next chapter of the franchise, in addition to a visit to the film and prop showcase. From sending attendees on an interactive bounty hunt where they interact with products from partners like Lego, Hasbro, Mattel, Bath & Body Works, and Olive and June, to in-world product displays and photo ops, we encouraged engagement, organic social content, and fan-first experiences. It was truly wizard, dude. I'm the fake wizard, and this is cringe. to see so many people connect meaningfully with a nearly 50-year-old brand which is entering its next era. I am so proud to have helped bring this event to life alongside an incredibly talented team and our creative partners from across the Walt Disney Company. When we strategically place ourselves at the intersection of fandom, storytelling, and experiential immersion, it reminds us the true power of our brands. This is the way. So they're doing parties with product placement now. But the problem is who's buying this stuff?
Everything that this entire article, as well as the Bath and Body Works and the olive and whatever thing, it's shotgunned my brain back to working retail. So I used to work in a pop culture store where we sold T-shirts and memorabilia and all this type of stuff. And there not only is there a disconnect on the audience to the people making these things, there is a disconnect between the people and the teams that are producing the merchandise for these things. So many times we would have a new movie come out that people would look for the shirts for. And we would have gotten like one shirt in, and it was like a really bad, it was just not a good design. People are just looking for the logos of things. These people can't think to just like, oh, well, if I just put the logo on the shirt, people will get it because for the movie. They couldn't do that. They have to have this character with like a flower print design behind it. They have to do this character and like a weird quote on the back, and it looks bad. I remember we got Wicked stuff in, and there was one shirt that was just a guy in a blue horse. That was the shirt. It's stuff like this. There's a not only is there a disconnect between the fans and what the people want to see on the movies. Merch for these things, right?
You got to say that again. You froze up a little bit.
You're
talking about you said Wicked merch, and then you froze up.
There was we got a Wicked shirt in, and it was literally a shot from the movie of just a blue horse and a guy. That was the shirt. It was embarrassing. It's like, who would buy this? There is not only is there a disconnect. No, we need to go to the store right now. We got to
stop what you're doing, folks.
We got to get the
Grogu, off the internet.
We got to get the Grogu Nilla wafers, and we got to try to find the blue milk. We got to get the blue milk. We got to get all of this. We got to get all of this. No, there is a disconnect between the fans of the thing and the people making it, and there's a disconnect between the people who are making the merchandise and the fans. They can't even get that part right. You can't even get the consumer slop right. It's not hard. It's not that hard. Like he's having a good time, though. I wonder how much he got paid to go out there for.
I bet he wasn't paid in money. I bet he was given access, and then probably they put him up in a hotel, and they spared no expense on this. Look. You're going to tell me that this movie only cost $166 million to make when you're having expensive promo events like this, when you're partnering with all of these brands, when you're doing all of the product placement. I mean, somebody's got to be getting paid here. Somebody's got to be making money. And I just think it's kind of, there's something to be said about this. And I'm going to really dig into this. I think there's enough here for at least to talk about it. Like, this is the ultimate product placement. Who is this for? Star Wars used to be a boy brand, and then it became a muddied everything, right? I would say, even towards like I guess towards the top of The Force Awakens was really when it happened. Of then it became like, yeah, you could find Star Wars on everything, but now like Bath and Body Works is not for Star Wars fans. Like classic Star Wars fans don't shop at Bath and Body Works, right? It's for women mostly. It's mostly for women. Okay, I guess that's who they're going to target with, because Grogu's cute. So Grogu is applicable. Is that it? I'm just trying to understand. Is it Grogu is for women? Is that what it is? Because he's cute?
But okay. Bath and Body Works is technically you can make the argument that they have things for both men and women. There's stuff in there that are there for men and women. They have men's scents, they have men's shampoo and stuff like that. You can make the case for it. The nails, the nail polish is very heavily a female coded thing.
Oh yeah,
You know,
that's
that's the traditionally. I keep on making this joke. I actually take back. I hope this movie. I don't want this movie to be mediocre. I want this movie to be horrible. I want this movie to be horrible because I want to be able to say the best thing to come from this movie is the Burger King cookie shake. Do you know how satisfying it will be to say, yeah, this movie was so bad, the only thing that was good about it was the tie-in cookie shake at Burger King? Because the cookie shake is good. The cookie shake is pretty good. But again, it's just a shake. It's not, it's not anything to write home about.
I look.
Yikes.
Even the Rise of Skywalker didn't have such strange product placement. Like with this,
I'd push back on that. Rise of Skywalker had the airline thing. That was a very expensive move for them to make. And granted, it's one of those things that it was supposed to be playing into the whole like worldwide spectacle of this being the finale of this saga, this whole Star Wars thing. It was supposed to have that reverence. It was still an odd decision for them to be like, we're gonna team up with an airline. Like,
yeah, the only difference is that wasn't gendered. Teaming up with the airline is not a gendered thing. I'm saying
okay.
with
That's
this
fair,
movie,
yes.
we're seeing deliberate choices that are gendered in nature, right? So Bath and Body Works, the manicure set here, the Manny system set here, this is not for guys. This is not men.
Speak for yourself. I'm gonna look rocking with some what is it, Beskar Chrome? I don't even remember what the name of it is anymore.
I wonder what the resale value is on something like this. Like if this, because I can't see this being out for too long. Like they're going to set it as sold out even after this movie's out and done. This is going to disappear because it's going to look bad to keep having it on there.
I think it's going to hit clearance. I think it's going to hit clearance. It's going to hit a very low price. Yeah, with these I
don't know.
Here's the thing with stuff like this. Star Wars has agreed to do the collab. Once it's out of their hands, they don't really have the power to pull it back. It's not Star Wars' choice if this gets marked as like sold out or anything like that. It's completely up to the business. So if the business sees that these things aren't selling, they're going to mark them down to whatever price they go until they're finally gone. Disney can't come and say, "Oh, the Manny system didn't sell as fast. You need to take these down." Like, if they do, there's going to be a big thing of, "All right, well, you're going to have to pay us for that. You're going to have to give us X amount of dollars to do that." You're not going to be able to just do that. I think this is going to hit clearance. I think I think the Bath and Body Works stuff is going to hit clearance. You don't understand. I'm having that little evil gremlin on the shoulder telling me to go get the Force Flow as a bit. Like I have that in my head.
It's $65, Tom.
No, well, okay. That's the collectible bottle of it. They have like a normal just spray can version of it. But it's that
the spray deodorant.
Yeah, I have the commit to the bit in my head of like you should go and get it because it would be funny.
If we go in and we wear the Burger King crowns,
I hate having that gremlin part of my brain of it's like, go do it, it'll be funny.
Go do it, it'll cost a ton of money, but it'll be funny for 5 people. Listen, and you guys at home.
Drive around the whole state, find the blue milk. It'll totally be worth it. Like that's the level I'm at with this.
But the blue milk is gross.
The blue milk is I wanted to put it in my coffee and see how gross it would have looked.
Oh no! Oh,
that would have been. It's going to be nasty.
Oh no!
I still want to try to do it.
It's gross, man.
Collectible spray deodorant. Yes, there's Force Flow. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. This is great.
All right, so
Mandalorian Grogu, Grogillion
Mandalorian
dollars.
Grogu. Yeah, Grogillion dollars. That's right.
Grogillion dollars.
Yeah. How exciting, man. All right, take us back to the people.
Okay, here we go. We got Jacob Bauman, 3127 for a $4.99. Good morning, boys. Good morning to you, Jacob.
Good
Hope you're having a
morning.
good
It's
one.
brunch time now.
It is. It's brunch time. Run to your local Denny's to get the Masters of the Universe meal. We got Norm Al Man 42069 for a Canadian 5. Filoni should listen to Yoda's advice and learn to let go of his OCs. Grogu should have been gone in season 2 of Mando. Yeah, there is that argument that season 3 probably would have worked better without Grogu in it.
It's all a mess.
It's all slop. But thank you for the 5. We got the Mum 1 for $1.99. Remember, guys, the Force is female. Come on, hey, get with the program. All the ladies
I
all the
forgot.
ladies are showing up for the Force flow and bounty hunter sense.
I'm sorry.
We got Robin 10 for a 2. Always wanted Mando gel in my shower. Life complete. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, when you put it that way, get
We
yourself over to Bath and Body Works, I guess.
Robin 10 for a 2. We'll never see this movie. We'll buy 100% of the swag. Well, that's unfortunately the people in those promotional images, they didn't buy the swag. They got it for free, probably.
Yeah. That was a swag event.
Swag event. We're actually, we'll be honest, guys. We're just jealous that we didn't get invited to it.
We're just jealous. We wanted to go.
Yeah, that's what they'd say. We got, hey Wizard, I don't know if you've talked about it, but Disney has put the first episode of Maul Shadowlord on YouTube in full. That's how bad it's doing.
Yeah, you want to see this? Take a look. Here it is. Star Wars Maul. It's only got 728,000 views.
And it was put up 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. So it's been up for 2 weeks. That's a lot. Yikes. Big yikes. No one's watching.
Gotta love it. Gotta love Star Wars, guys. Aren't you excited for The Mandalorian and Grogu?
I don't care.
You're
I don't want to
not?
watch it. I don't want to see it.
What?
Yeah.
Come on. We're going to be... Listen.
To avoid being pirated, you must pirate yourself. Sun Tzu, probably. Yeah, man.
Oh, Jiminy Christmas. All right, well, wrapping up, we got a little special event for us to do here. So let me just transition us over and I'll explain it. We got a special wizard presentation.
I've never seen that before. I've seen that for the first time.
I may have been up till 1 a.m. making that, but yeah, so okay.
I love that. That is awesome.
We've been talking a lot about we talked about it a little bit, but there is a crazy trend now of the last couple of years of everything gets popcorn buckets. Every single movie, every single tie-in has some type of popcorn bucket equivalent of wanting for you to do a like it kind of blew up with the Dune sandworm everyone was talking about, and there was a couple ones after it. On here we have the giant Galactus head. There is a very weird trend right now of everything gets popcorn buckets. So I wanted to do a fun little game with the wizard in chat of guessing what the after sale market for these popcorn buckets are, because the way that they're handled, we saw it with the Yoshi. People were out in droves, mass buying them under the pretense that they were going to be worth something. There's a very big factor of FOMO to all of these things. But in reality, after a couple months and years have passed with some of these buckets, how are they holding up in the aftermarket? What are they really worth? So that's what we got here. So, and we have it where it's going to end with us talking about where we think the Mandalorian and Grogu buckets, as well as the Masters of the Universe buckets, are going to end up landing in, where we think they're going to be. So right off the gate, we have the 2019 Rise of Skywalker R2-D2 popcorn bucket in sipper cup. What do you think this one's worth? Do you think so? Our categories is that it's less than $40, $40 and more, $60 and more, $80 and more, and $100 and more.
I think the R2 is sitting at 60 and more. Is sitting at $60.
60 and more, 60 and more. So for the Rise of Skywalker, R2-D2 bucket, it is $39.99.
What did it retail at?
I believe it was also $39.99.
So this is not increased in value at all.
This is not. So what is weird about this is that during the rush of the Rise of Skywalker, it was going for a lot of money. But because of how that movie has aged like milk, no one cares about it anymore. And as a result, any of the merchandise tie-ins for it, it's really not.
This is like the ultimate Guess Who, but it's popcorn buckets.
It's popcorn buckets. So next we have the Thor Love and Thunder hammer. A lot of people were posting out online about this, where you can take it off the base and it's actually a hammer that you can swing around. On here it says it was retailing for $39.99.
Would it be probably? It's probably going to be the same price then. It's probably going to stay at $40 then.
So the hammer, hold on, I got my little price sheet over here, is going for $59.96. So it
went up.
It did go up. It did go up. Wait, do I have that right? Yeah, 59. That's 60. So it's went up by $20. Not really by much. It's not. This isn't like a big.
Why?
Cash
it's
out.
for Love and Thunder.
Well, because it's the hammer. It's the you can take it off, and now you have a hammer that you can leave on your shelf. Because again, all of these things that you're supposed to eat popcorn out of, most of them you can't even eat popcorn buckets out of it. You can't really eat popcorn out of it. So it's still a Mjolnir. Then we have. I think this is what really started the catalyst for this trend. It was the D20 D&D Honor Among Thieves popcorn bucket, where the bucket is just a giant D20. I think out of the popcorn buckets, this is one of the better ones. I do wish that I was able to pick it up. I wasn't able to. Where do you think? Because it was highly sought after. Where do you think it lands now?
I think it's $100.
$100.
Time has passed. And I know that was a big one. People were really after that.
So and these were the values I took from eBay last sold. So not bidded. I tried to grab last sold. Someone actively bought it for it, because you could go on eBay and look up D&D popcorn bucket, and it'll probably be $200. What was it actually sold for? So the D&D popcorn bucket, you said 100, went for $61.59. That was the last sold.
So it's dropped.
It's dropped significantly. I believe it was $40 to $50 when it was available.
Yeah, it was $40 when it was out.
So you're looking at $10 net profit? Really not?
Well, no. It's. I think it's also been because D&D as a brand has declined. If the Dungeons and Dragons brand had been improving and increasing in value, then that would be worth more. But because D&D isn't worth anything now, people don't care for it. It's just not.
Because in the past, I do remember seeing things sold as $80, $100. It was up there in price.
Yeah, it was hard to get.
I remember seeing it at conventions. People were selling it for an obscene amount of money. All right, next we got the Barbie Corvette and Doll popcorn bucket. On here, it's $64.99.
That's the retail?
It was retailing for 64 because apparently you got it was an actual car and Barbie doll. So it's you could take the seat out and it has the popcorn bucket in it.
Oh man, then maybe it's $60. I don't see that moving very much.
So the last one sold was $39.
Yeah, I didn't see Barbie moving, which is kind of wild, but there's just no hype for that movie in the same way.
But for it to drop almost half of what it was originally sold for. 65 you bought it for $65 and now in 2026 you're selling it for 39? 39? Yikes. All right, now we got the big one, the Dune Sandworm. I believe this was retailing for 40 or 50. People have memed about it. People have joked about it. There was there was a very big push of FOMO of like, oh, you gotta get the bucket. It's so funny because haha, it looks funny. Where do you think it lands nowadays?
I think it's $100.
You are close. It is 95. So it still is holding up in there where it is almost double what you originally paid for. It is of the buckets, still high in price. I don't know if I would necessarily say it was a wise investment, but it is still it's worth something. There is that label of it's technically worth something.
Are any of these worth $100 plus?
We'll get to it. It's the ones you don't think you didn't think would be. Then we have the Optimus Prime truck and sipper combo vessel, retailed for $49.99.
Oh, then it's 60.
Very close, 65.
Yeah, it's in the 60 category.
There was I remember there was a head, just the severed Optimus Prime head, because most of the popcorn buckets, it's like, hey, here's the character, and we just chop their head off, and now you eat popcorns out of their brains. I wasn't able even to find that, so we got the truck pit though. So up there in price. Now, Alien Romulus had 3 buckets. You had 2 different versions of a xenomorph head, and then you had this down here, which is the
light up
face hugger container. This one is arguably like one of the coolest buckets. Is very up there. We have this. What do you think it's worth now?
Yeah, we got this one. I think it's worth $80.
$80.
Yeah, maybe it's in the 80 bracket.
So the Romulus face hugger container is $62.99.
All right, so it's up. It was 50 when I bought it.
It's up, not by much. It's still, within range of what it retailed for.
It's good to know my investment has appreciated in value.
Your investment has appreciated in value. The big old Galactus head. Everyone was talking about the Galactus head. Oh, you have to get it. It's so big. You got to get the big Galactus head.
It's so big. The Galactus head, which was $80 retail.
$80 retail.
I think it's still $80 because everybody's just trying to break even.
$80 for the popcorn bucket, and it goes to it's still $80. It is still $80. There has not really been any improvement.
That's not going to drop down to $20 because it was an $80 buy.
But also, it's still that thing of it's not going to be worth anything because nobody cares about the Fantastic Four movie.
The Fantastic Four flopped.
Yeah, and like Galactus was cool in it, but he wasn't like, I need the popcorn bucket cool. All right, and then this was an interesting one. Fantastic Four had a ridiculous amount of popcorn buckets. You had the Galactus head. You had Herbie. How much do you think Herbie's going for? I believe Herbie was an AMC exclusive. So there's a factor in some of these buckets. Some of them are worth more. Some of them are worth less.
$60.
$60. Ooh, $60. Going for last sold $105.
Why?
I believe Herbie was also expensive because he's lit up and he makes sounds and stuff, and he's like a combo sipper and popcorn bucket.
Oh,
But
that's ridiculous.
I think the reason why Herbie was more expensive was because Galactus you were able to get everywhere. Herbie you were only able to get at AMC, I think. I may be wrong on that. But there's that level of exclusivity behind it. I'm going to be honest, I feel like it may be a smaller, not that I think it's big, but I think it takes up less shelf space than the Galactus bucket. That may be a factor in it. It's an easier to sell item. But yeah, the first $100 bucket is the Herbie concession vessel is what they call it. I'm upset. I thought, is there a way I can... I thought the tier list had it where you can make the item bigger, but you can't.
I don't know. And I also wouldn't want to mess with it. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Piggybacking off of the Dune Sandworm, you had the Deadpool and Wolverine was a very big success. Very big success in theaters. It was a big success in theaters. Let me tell you, Smithers. They had another stupid amount of popcorn buckets. You had the Wolverine head. There was the pinwheel Deadpool head. You had the baby Deadpool one. There was a stupid amount of buckets. There was like an obscene amount of them. But the one that everyone was looking for was the Wolverine head. It was trying to make fun of the Dune bucket. Where do you think this is landing nowadays? Everyone was talking about it. It was a meme. Wasn't it funny? So what is it worth now?
It's in the $60 tier.
And you would be wrong. It is $45.
Wow.
Was last sold for $45.
Wow, that's a drop, man.
I thought this would have been up there in that 60 to 80 range. Last sold for $45.
They made a big deal about that one.
They made a very big deal about that one. But also, how's your brand looking? Do people care about Wolverine? Like, do people care about Wolverine right now?
Well, I could say, do people care about Herbie? Apparently, yes. But maybe that's because there's less Herbies available.
I think that's a stock.
Maybe it's a supply and demand. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the problem. Okay, that's crazy.
Right. Unpopular movie, but cool bucket. The War of the Rohirrim Warhammer. This is a full-on, came in a bag that you had to literally screw together. It is a cool bucket. Even
cool
without
bucket.
It being tied
cool
into
toy.
The movie. It's a cool toy. What do you think this is rocking at right now?
It's probably not much. Maybe less than 40.
You'd be correct, as last sold was $18.99.
That's the He-Man sword is going to be less than 40 when it's all said and done. The He-Man sword you're going to be able to get for super cheap. And that's not even super cheap. It's just the cheapest on this list.
Maybe. I'm not 100%. I feel like it could be.
Yeah, you're lifelong Lord of the Rings fan, still haven't seen it. Don't waste your breath. Don't waste your time. It's not good. It's not a good movie.
It's not worth it.
It hasn't
really
aged
choppy.
well for me. I thought it was okay. I thought it was okay-ish when I first saw it in theaters, and then as time has passed, I'm like, nah, I don't care to watch it again. I've tried to watch it again, and you end up. This is the kind of movie that you skip ahead to see the because it's too long. It's just not worth it. It's not a good movie.
All right, we got great movie, Tron Ares.
Oh.
Tron Ares. Everyone loved Tron Ares. We saw it in theaters. We were at the theaters when they had this bucket.
We saw this in person.
It was going for like 60. So the Tron Light Cycle bike was going for like $60 to $70 retail. It was
I think
expensive
it's in the 60s here now.
It lights up. The wheels light up. You know, you put the popcorn in each wheel bucket. Not that great of a bucket in reality. Goes for $74.95. Last sold $74.95. So
damn,
it's not the 80 range.
Who's buying that? It's the Tron Ares bucket. That movie was poop.
It was poop. It was indeed poop. But $74.95 last sold. You love Freddy Fazbear. You're one of the biggest
franchise.
You're one of the biggest Freddy Fazbear fans.
I can't stand this franchise,
You
dude.
jumped up and down when we didn't go see Five Nights at Freddy's 2 in theaters.
We were going
didn't-
to.
We didn't.
We watched the first one, and I said, "This is a pile of shit."
I watched it in theaters. I watched it in theaters when it first came out. And then in prep, we watched the second one. We watched the first one at home, and then it was you stopped multiple times during the movie to go, all right, what is happening? Does this happen in the games? Am I missing something? And no, the first movie is just that bad.
When Willy's Wonderland came out, the Nicolas Cage film, I tore it apart. I ripped on it. And now I feel bad for having ripped on Willy's Wonderland because at least there was a freaking plot in the movie that was remotely interesting. Five Nights at Freddy's is garbage. Those films are garbage.
So the cool thing...
They're for the fans. Well, maybe the fans are stupid. Can we have that conversation? Can we have that conversation?
Oh, that's the best argument. Oh, it's for this. Well, maybe they're dumb.
Well, maybe they're dumb.
Well, maybe they just don't know good things. All right, so this one was a pretty big deal because it's not only is it a popcorn bucket, but you could take the face off of it and you can wear it like a mask, and the eyes glow, so you can turn the eyes on. So a lot of features behind it, a lot of interconnectivity. Really cool product. Where do you think this is? Where do you think this is?
I'm saying less than 40 because I want it to be less than 40. I want it to be $5 and worth nothing.
Well, unfortunately, you could have taken the worst stance possible because it's $130.
I hate this game.
I
hate
sold
everyone.
for $129.99.
I hate this shit.
$130 for the Freddy Fazbear popcorn bucket. $130, big $130.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
brother, this guy stinks!
I believe it was an AMC exclusive. I believe that was part of it too. But yes, this last sold for $130.
I can't believe it. So I'm done. Keep going.
The best bucket here, the prime bucket here, Godzilla head, old Showa era design made by Alamo Drafthouse, limited edition of I believe like 6,000 or something. Where do you think this is rocking?
This should be $300.
It is in the over 100 range. It is currently sitting. It is currently sitting at last sold at $189.99.
I mean, it is just the Godzilla head. That's cool.
This was awesome. I don't have it on me, but we do own this one. I sniped it as I thought this was going to sell out immediately. And what ended up happening was they had a pre-order up for it where it was just conceptual images for it. And then once they actually showed the product images, it immediately snapped, completely sold out, and now it's worth a dumb amount. I'm hesitant because they're doing a Mechagodzilla one of these, and I want it to complete the set, but I know it's going to be a mother to get because now people are going to be on the lookout for them. But yeah,
Look,
no, $189.99, the most expensive bucket on the list.
I want to talk to this comment here. Alamo is a good chain. No, it's not. no, it's not. No, it's not. I hate going to the Alamo because it's really expensive. It's filled with all the snobbiest friggin' people you could imagine. Like, I'm a film snob. The people working there are snobby, and that's a shame because we know they're not being paid well. The company's not run very well. The food is just microwaved crap that costs a lot of money. It's the lights, how they have all of the lights so that people can see what they're doing. That's annoying. The fact you got people walking through constantly, the waiters and wait staff constantly walking through, that's annoying. No. I will take the rundown C tier Regal theaters over the Alamo any day. I would rather do that. You know why? Because with the Alamo, look, there's a certain class of moviegoer. We all know who it is. We all know, but it's the people that like to talk through movies. It's the people that have reactions in movies, okay? You know what I'm saying. The people who, when you see Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther die in Infinity War, somebody around you if you're in one of these theaters, might say something like, "Oh no, he didn't." I love that. I want all of my theaters to have community interaction, okay? And if you're at an Alamo and there is that kind of community interaction where, somebody says, "Oh no, he didn't," when Black Panther dies in Infinity War, somebody at the Alamo is going to shush him. Somebody at the Alamo would shush him.
Actually, that is a policy. If you're talking, they will ask you to leave. You're not allowed to have audience reactions. I'm asking you to leave. You're not allowed to have audience reactions.
They're having a good time.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
They're having a good time.
That experience we're talking about is from reality. That when we went to see Infinity War, the audience was up in arms when Black Panther got dusted. The lady behind us, hell no! Like it was a magical time.
You're with family, at these theaters. I love it.
That is one aspect of. That is one aspect. I miss that level of movie-going experience. I miss that level of movie-going experience. You don't understand.
Dude, when I saw
we don't have that anymore. We do not have that anymore. We have not had that level of like a movie-going experience since Infinity War. It's been we're getting into almost 10 years since we've had like that level of fun in a movie with the audience. It's insane. The second one I can think of is it was a terrible theater. When we saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, everyone was laughing towards the end. That it was like the entire theater. It was like a cacophony of laughter, and there was only like 10 of us in the theater. So that was the closest I can think about it.
If my theater is not having a good time interacting with the movie, I don't want it. And you know what? You're not going to get that at the Alamo. You're not going to get it because they're a bunch of snooty everything about it reeks of Pinky's out. Oh no. I'd rather go with the people that when you go to see Sinners, the guy behind you takes a work call, which is not a serious call, and he's very loud and obnoxious. But you know what? It's a community event. I'm here for it. I enjoy that.
Wait, did that actually happen when you saw Sinners?
Oh yeah. It was a guy, and it's a look. There's a reason that I normally wear combat boots and carry some form of self-protection when I go to the movie theater, and I'll keep going, and I'm going to keep going back because it's that good. Because I don't mind going to see Sinners and having the guy behind me have a business phone call about his baby mama and the controversies happening at home. I'm here for it. That's fun. Or just the other day, I went to see Obsession, and the lady behind me, over to the right. Look, Obsession is about white people. Okay, let's just put all our cards on the table. The Obsession movie is a white people movie. So when you take black people to see Obsession, they're going to laugh at it. Okay, they're not gonna. It's a cultural thing, and I love that. So the fact that things are happening on screen, and then if you've experienced like these traumas, you're going to feel like kind of traumatized with it. The other people who may not be able to relate in the same cultural way will laugh at it hysterically, and that's the movie-going experience. I don't want anything less than that.
I don't have as big of a problem with Alamos as Wizard does. I like
Wizard's objectively wrong.
I'm not gonna the fake Wizard's take on this is his take on this. I don't necessarily agree with everything he's saying. Part of it is I like Alamo because they put old movies in, and you get to watch old movies in the theater quality experience. So for Godzilla Day, we saw the Return of Godzilla at the Alamo, and that was really cool to see in theaters, like on the big screen. I like the theater because of that. There was one that opened up recently that I liked going to. Sometimes they do early showings for some movies. I saw one of the more recent Wes Anderson films early there. It was a cool thing. I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily agree with everything else he said.
No. You remember? I'm trying to remember. What did Sam say his theater experience was? Remember?
We can't say it. We can't say it. We can't say it. That's the experience. He said Wakanda's something else. All right, that was He enjoyed that the people were upset that Black Panther got dusted. That was him.
It's over. Wakanda forever. It's over.
It's over. Yeah. He was happy to hear that they were upset about it. Oh man, I miss those types of. That's Marvel sucking. That's another aspect of how Marvel
for posterity. Sam is a black man in this story. He actually is.
Yeah, no.
Let's go. We got popcorn buckets to
Yoshi, the Yoshi popcorn bucket. Everyone was trying to get the Yoshi. $100. You dumb idiot. It's $40.
What?
It's $40. Last sold for $40.
No.
Yeah.
No. It dropped that much?
Last sold for $40. I'll pull it up right now. Hold on. Maybe someone jumped in and jumped and raised the price for it. The last time I looked last night, Yoshi popcorn bucket last sold. Let's look it up, everybody.
Oh my god, I see it's listing for $25.
Oh.
Sold items. Here, 78. What's the date? Okay, 78, 89, 40, 46, 56, 25. So it's just all over the place. So it's broken. I can't believe this. I can't believe it's all over the place, dude.
Okay, but this is actually what's crazy. I'm gonna let me bring this over here so I can show off exactly. I need to show my evidence here.
Show your evidence.
I need to show my.
It's up and down is what I'm seeing here.
Yes, but that's what's crazy about it because literally I made this. Come on. So I made this list yesterday. I showed this off. This was last night. The listing I used was this $40.
So you went for the lowest?
No, because I did the last sold.
Oh,
this was at the top.
Okay.
The most recent sold. Within 12 hours, 85, 46, 48, 89, 85, 90, 90, 79, 95, 78, a bidding going up for 199. So all that I'm seeing is that the popcorn bucket market is extraordinarily volatile.
But we can confirm if we're looking at averages, the Yoshi has declined because before this was all hundreds, 90s, 80s if you were lucky, but it was in the high hundreds or the really the low hundreds, but still for the Yoshi popcorn bucket that was absurd.
But you're still looking at like an average around, like if you added all of these up and like you're looking at an average around 70-ish, which isn't bad.
No, that's 40, bad. It's a popcorn bucket we're talking about. This is insane. It's a Yoshi popcorn. It does nothing. We had a hard time finding a place to put it because it's too big. It's actually too big.
It is pretty big, but that is
it is as tall. It is as wide. It's too big. It's bulky.
That is all right. So so within 12 hours it changed. You know, I wanted to clarify. It's not like I'm pulling.
Well, it's happening in real time.
It's happening in real time. I didn't want to. I didn't want to. No, not that one. No, not that one.
Don't tell me you restarted it, did you?
Most professional. No, I didn't. It's just the wrong window. There we go. Ba-bum. Here we go. Back. Beautiful. All right. Shao Kahn bucket. Recently
Shao Kahn's
just happened.
80.
Shao
Kahn's got to be 80.
Shao Kahn is $80.
That's
$80.
That's the retail
$80.
price as well, right?
I think it may be 60 or 70. I don't think it's off rip 80, but it is expensive because it's big. It is big. We didn't take pictures of it, but we did see it in person. It is big. So that's frame of reference. These buckets seem to be extremely volatile, where they'll go up and down. Very, very. There's no guaranteed market on these things. Now we have the Mandalorian and Grogu buckets and the Masters of the Universe. Where do you think they're going to land? Now, off the rip, I don't want to put this in the tier that it is at right now because I think it's going to change. The last time I looked, the AT-AT Walker sold for $89 and $120.
Well, I think it's hard to judge anything else you have on there because it's going to be the most of them are not available yet.
Well,
and they're going to go down over time.
So what I'm going to say is, where do you think they're going to land once the dust has settled?
Oh, I think they're going to land in the 40 tier. They're not worth anything. This movie's going to be a stinker, and people aren't going to care for it. And Star Wars is dead. I think it's going to land in the 40 tier.
I'm going to wager it's going to be the AT-AT's 40, Grogu's 40, and then I think the boss is going to be less than 40.
I think the AT-AT goes up. It's going to be in the 60 tier. If Tron Ares is that high, and this one is more expensive going in, then yeah, it's gonna be the 60 tier.
All right, then we got Castle Grayskull, the Skeletor head, which is exclusive to AMC, and the sword.
I think the sword is going to drop down. There's going to be so many of those swords available. It's going to drop down into the less than 40 tier. I mean, we're going to try to get it.
See, I feel like you're taking from the angle that I don't think the Masters of the Universe merchandise is going to be overly printed. I don't think there's going to be a lot of these in stock, and I think that is going to. I think regardless of whether or not this movie succeeds or not, I think the popcorn buckets are going to be. I think the popcorn buckets are still going to be worth more because of there's going to be a collector's market for it with Masters of the Universe fans.
Maybe we're gonna have to wait and see. It's a little early yet.
I think the Castle Grayskull is going to be a 40 plus.
Oh, that's going to be going to be more. That's going to be more.
Maybe in the 60 range.
It's gonna be more. Yeah. It's the first like Castle Grayscale toy like that for live action in a long time. Yeah, I think it could do numbers.
Here's my thing. I think this Skeletor, because it's just the head, it's the Skeletor head exclusive to AMC. I think under normal pretenses, the Skeletor head would be an 80 plus to possibly 100. But I think because Jared Leto is going to be doing it, I think people are going to buy it, watch the movie, and go, oh, I don't even want this anymore. And
yeah, but it's Skeletor. We don't see Jared Leto.
But I think it's still going to just be in the 40 plus range.
You have the power. You don't know how to use it. Oh yeah, he's doing like a darker Bane voice.
Yeah.
Man. What a mess. But all right. So look, the popcorn bucket thing is a lot of fun. And we've got we're actually working on we've been working on a video for this for a long time, but we were waiting for the Masters of the Universe stuff to come out, and we'll see how it all goes. It turns out the popcorn bucket industry is like, get the ones you want because you want them. Don't get them because you think it's going to maintain value or high prices, unless it's Godzilla
or Five Nights at Freddy's
or Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah,
I can't stand that franchise.
Unless it is a franchise that doesn't have a readily available amount of merch that you'd want.
Right.
Because everything on here is in the same tier of all right, Star Wars. Who cares about Star Wars anymore? Marvel. Who cares about Marvel anymore? It's that level.
Oh gosh, I completely lost my train of thought. But we got the He-Man. I'm curious what's Toy Story going to be. Because there's going to be Toy
Didn't
Story.
they already announce? Didn't we see it?
No, we haven't seen.
We haven't seen the Toy Story. Oh man,
No, but
nothing going to be good. I'm going to say
nothing
that.
going to be good.
It's nothing that's going to be good.
Well, with that, Tom, I think we're ready to go back to chat.
Hey, let's get back to chat. All right, we got.
My gosh.
Let's see. We got from Butterbiscuit92 for a 2 for hashtag #LTakeWizard.
I'm right, and I know I'm right. I know I'm right about movie theaters. I know I'm right about the Alamo Drafthouse. I know it. I don't care. I don't care if you enjoy silent theaters. I like the ones that have rowdy crowds.
No. Okay, there is an argument to be made about Alamo and how the lights under the table, there should be a button to shut them off.
I hate it.
I will. The lights being on during the entire movie is annoying. It is annoying.
I have a headache right now from the lights of these like the lights I have on right now. Just imagine sitting there for a movie and trying to focus and having lights on everywhere in your eyes. I don't like it. I don't want it.
I don't want it. Get it out of here. It's bad now.
Get it out of here.
We got Jonas for a 10. The S is in the wrong place. The channel should have been called Fake Wizard Lives.
Fake Wizard lives. Well, or lives. Lives. Fake Wizard lives.
Lives. He lives and lives.
It's too early for this. We've been doing this too. It's brunch time.
We have streamed from the morning time to now, where if you go to any fast food chain, it will be a lunch menu. We have gone past. You can no longer get McGriddles. We missed the McGriddles. We missed the McGriddles. We have a bad. Oh my God! There's a report coming in right now. Breaking news. I had 2 bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddles and a hash brown, and now my tummy hurts. Find out more tonight at 11. That was News Wizard. He got to the McGriddles before us.
No.
Lucky man.
We missed the McGriddles.
We did miss the McGriddles.
I hate it.
Now all we can get now is the Mandalorian cookie shake.
Oh, the Mandalorian cookie shake, which isn't bad, but it's just not the same.
Arguably is the best thing out of out of the Mandalorian and Grogu.
Sounds like a Beardo update. Well, somebody has to stream for him because he's not streaming now, right? He's the one that's supposed to have the stream on Saturdays, and he's not doing it. So we're streaming.
Yeah, and I don't see him reviewing popcorn buckets on his stream.
That's right. Okay, guys, we've had a lot of fun. And we've got a video dropping either tomorrow or probably at this rate probably tomorrow. But we got a video dropping tomorrow on the main channel, Real Life Fake Wizard, and we'll be back with you. We'll be back tonight on the M4 Empire. We're doing a Culture Crossfire team up for the Gina Carano fight. We're going to be calling it live here on the internet with you. So come back around for that. And actually, I don't see anybody else that's live that we should raid. Is there anybody we should raid now? Chat, let me know.
Well, while they're figuring it out, we got Tiger King Rex Carter for $1.99. I despise Star Wars. Disgusting filth. There's so much passion in that. Disgusting filth. Oh my lord.
Disgusting filth.
That is read as
I despise Star Wars. Disgusting filth.
Well, thank you, Tiger King, for the $1.99. I don't know if I'd call it disgusting filth, but I do despise Star Wars now. Yeah.
The attitude in that is legendary. That is legendary attitude through text.
100%. It's making me question if I really want to go buy that Force Flow. We're
gonna get the Force Flow, but like Like, I don't know. We have to spray obnoxious amounts of it when going to see the movie. You know,
we may
I think
have
that'll be
to.
funny.
We may have to because of the other people in the theater. There was several times we've gone to the theaters, and you ever go to the theater and the people smell? We saw
often.
we saw Shazam, and it was actually nauseating with how bad someone was in the theater. Like it was hard to take like that film seriously because there was someone in the audience who smelled like they rolled around in trash. No, we got the outtake wizard.
No,
from...
hold on. I think we
we
got it, but we'll call it out again. You got Butter Biscuit became a member of the channel.
Yeah.
We got that. I know we said that before. And I don't see anything else. I also don't see anything else, Butter Biscuit, on the YouTube side either. I have lots of things pulled up. So we got you. And welcome to the membership. Also, this is a good chance for us to say we do have, we're working on actual member benefits. So we are going to have member benefits. We're only going to have the one tier for membership. And we do have member benefits for the live channel here. So if you become a member, they are on the way. We are working on them now, and that's going to be pretty sweet when we do have them. But that's going to be awesome.
Bit feature.
There's a new bit feature.
Is what he was saying. It was Cheers.
Oh.
See, that does not show on stream side. StreamYard side.
I don't see that at all. That must be, maybe that's new. Maybe that's new. Cool. I don't see it here. Oh, wait a second. I don't see any of this. Thank you to the mods for sending them in. Hang on. Guys, we're not getting any of this on our side.
No, we only see members and donations. We don't see bits or nothing.
Check this out. No, came on. Here it is. Come on, man.
Hi.
There it is. Yeah, Butter Biscuits and Cheers for 1,000 jewels. And A-Lord Corey sent a star for 2 jewels. Why don't we see any of this?
Yeah, we do not see. That is completely on our back.
We don't get to see that unless it's only on the front end? It's not on the back end at all. Wow. Stop sending Candy Crush currency. Well, all right, we're gonna have to look into that and see if there's any more that we're missing. But guys, I appreciate your support. And if we're missing it, it's not us trying to not call them out or read them. We genuinely don't. I have multiple screens up to just hold to make sure we don't miss anything now, and they're not coming in for us. But we do appreciate it. And if we catch them and we didn't call them out, we will follow up with them on the next stream that we have, which is on Monday. So we will talk about them on Monday. But we appreciate you guys for being here a lot. Thank you for spending your Saturday mornings with us. We've got a whole bunch more streaming to do. We got some videos dropping. We got some reviews dropping. And I think that's going to do it for us here today. And we get to play the full outro. And I'm not worried about we're raiding somebody else or something. So, guys, until next time, create, innovate, inspire, and cancel Disney Plus. You guys have a great weekend, and let us know how your weekend is going.